Give you all a chance to get in here. Let the church get packed. Oh, shit. Of course, you all see the title. I'll say that again. Of course, you all see the title. When does death start? And I want to explain the bottomless deep, as well as Amit. As I said, I'm giving you all a chance. Peace and wisdom, boss man. It's a little frozen on my end. Like I said, I'm giving you all a chance to get in here. And then I'll begin. Very deep video. Salam, shalom, peace and wisdom. Hopefully everyone's well. Everyone brushed their teeth today and washed their body. I want to do this deep video. That happens when it's good. Like I said, I want to do this deep video explaining when death starts, what death is exactly, and some other things. Peace and wisdom, Matt Robinson, official conscious trapper. Salam, shalom. Fox 7, how you doing out there in Phoenix, big baby? Sure you dying to tell me. You got you some Phoenix vagina yet, man? You caught the clap yet, man? This accent I am. Now, this is a good time for you guys to give me some thumbs up. It's very important. Start coming in here supporting. It's important. If anyone wants to give back for this deep video here or any other one, you can do that now. Click the description arrow. My links are there. Answer the question, champ. I wasn't joking. How you been doing out there? You got you something? Oh, you did get you something. Okay. Move fast. Make sure you got condoms. You ain't been there long enough to have gotten any vaginas. It's a deep thing. Now, let's get to this deep video. Like I said, if anyone wants to give back, support, subscribe to the channel. You know the things y'all don't like to do. Envy. Envy is the ego. I'm laughing because many of you guys don't realize that. Like I said in the previous video, there's no arrogance. Arrogance is just one of the many expressions of insecurity. True arrogance. Of course, you have confidence. An insecure person may view confidence as arrogance, but for the most part, envy, this is the ego. This is the part of self that y'all all need to monitor. This is how friends kill friends. The little Shanquella girl. She got killed by her friends. And I'm sure it boiled you down to a matter of envy. And so I know all about envy. Not my having it, but people being envious of me. I've experienced this since I was young. My sister, siblings rivalry. So before I even understood envy, I used to hear my mom and my aunt telling my sister, "You jealous of that boy." Now I suppose this is normal with siblings. My sister 3 years older, so a new little brother. You get my point. A new little brother taken away from your toys, and you get my point. So whenever I get anything, she was always like envious. Envy is a dangerous thing. Y'all have to monitor y'all envy. My way of life works like this. I monitor my envy. Make sure it don't get any. I make sure it can't take me. And so if you have a dislike towards somebody and they did nothing to you, that's envy. They say, I ain't envious of them, I just don't like this or that. It's something that they have. Maybe it's a recognition, maybe it's this thing, that thing. People are petty, who knows? I'm not speaking of me. Y'all have to come in here and separate y'all minds from me. Some of y'all have become possessed. You think when I'm explaining things like this, it's to antagonize you because you've become envious of me. Now in your mind, you think I'm aware of you. Never seen any of y'all. Whoever's jealous, I don't know you exist. I'm not saying that to make you envious more. I'm saying it so you can see how envy can drive you insane. Just by being present is bothering you. A person cannot not be present. You get my point? And so these is deep-rooted insecurities. The devil. That's what I call it. The devil. And so it's probably the most hardest thing for a person to acknowledge. Envy. Say, I really ain't got nothing important to say why I don't like this person. I'm just jealous. You get it? I don't like where my life is and they pissing me off. Something of that sort. You get it? Man doesn't speak from the heart. So he never frees himself of his problems. And so you can always free yourself of envy and other emotions through word, honest speech. If I become disturbed by any person and they've done nothing to me, the first thing pop in my mind, you jealous. Meaning the mind has to be groomed to check the self, like how y'all would check somebody else and be like, man, you jealous of that nigga. It has to work on the self. And that you clear the self away of that cancer, because envy is a cancer. It'll eat away at you. And so it's very important that you guys stop coming in here with envious hearts. Some of y'all just followers. You take on others' envy. They say like Silas having ego. So don't ever focus on ego if you follow me. Because it's taking the lesser side. You get it? It's putting yourself on the lower side. To say someone has ego is a dead giveaway that you view them as above you. You can say whatever you want. No, they think they are. You see something there because it's disturbing you. I don't speak about people's ego because I don't think nobody better than me. So it's hard. Feel me? I'll just be like, hey, you can't beat me. That's that. You can say whatever you want. Some people get submerged in envy. Yeah, it takes them over. This is why you have all the evils in life, because of envy. Our self insecurities of self. You get my point? And so, whatever a person has, whether it be a respect, a recognition, wealth, anything that makes you envious of them, they're not in your way. You are. The envy, the ego of self, that makes self feel like, why them, why not me? Again, the envy is the ego. Insecurity, this will evolve to desires, desires into envy. And that's the three parts of the ego. The three parts that make up the ego, this is the three parts that y'all all need to monitor of yourselves. And so it's a very deep thing. Peace and wisdom, my Cherie. She said, Happy Sabbath. This is not Hebrew camp. Shalom, shalom. I want to say this to the Hebrews. I don't want anybody to get, lost. These groups interfere with our being unified as a people. You get it? Gangs, religious groups, nationality groups. These are the things that keep us from being unified. And so I'm going to always disrespect these things. If you fall under one of these things, so I don't deal with individuals. That's too many people. There's too many people to keep track of, and none of y'all made these things up. You was something before you was a Hebrew, you gonna be something now. You get it? I've been around long enough to know how this goes. You get my point? Some of y'all young, you dumb, you think you know more than people before your time. Like I said, you was something before you was a Hebrew. More than likely you gonna be something after. And so I deal with the institutions. These being the things that keep us separate. Meaning the Hebrews will unify and walk down the streets of New York in support of Kyrie Irving, their favorite basketball player. And this is childish. But black people could come together to march down the street for their favorite basketball player. But we can't never unify for nothing real. Y'all will unify to be in the gang and kill. Y'all will unify for lies. Y'all will unify for this evil or that evil. But never just unify under the truth. We black people, we don't have no country land, and we have yet to name ourselves. And that's a good start to unify under. All that other shit, it don't even make no sense. When you consider who the Hebrews was in the Bible, it make me ashamed to be black. I say these niggas want to be the lowest shit they could find they want to be. The bummiest shit they could find. They want to be the dumbest motherfuckers in existence. Because if you read that book, the Hebrew Israelites was the stupidest people ever. They were so desperate to be slaves, my nigga. Moses is trying to bring them to their own country land so they can have their own government and have their own thing as a people. They ain't got to be fucking slaves on this person's land or a slave over this person's land, living by they morals and they conducts and they bullshit. Because this is what we do. You move over to Africa now, you're gonna be living by their structures and their society, and we bouncing all around the place like dummies. And this is what them people in that book was doing. Desperate to be an Egyptian. Desperate to have Egyptian customs and religions. Moses turned his back for 1 second and go in the mountain and come out, and these niggas is back to dumb. And somehow y'all read these people and say, yeah, we should be them. see a lot of them in us. If you do, that's sad. That part. I wouldn't care if that's a book. But you get my point? I wouldn't care if you think in your heart and soul, no, we are them people. That's sad. That part. Now, history repeats itself. You're going to have a dumb people always. And it's so sad we measure up to the dumb people of our time. I suppose in every cycle of life, you're going to have a people that don't have a place. Mexico got a country. Puerto Rico got a country. Any nationality you could think of, they have a country. Except for us. That part. Some of y'all say, nah, that we are the real Hebrews. And you got that from a book. Grow up. I don't care who you are, you're grown. You know damn well God ain't write no book, God ain't got no hands and no feet. What are we talking about? Even according to the book, it don't say nowhere in the book Jesus wrote it. Man wrote that thing, y'all know that. Cut it the hell out. Outside of that, stop following lies so much. Because that's all y'all doing. That part. Pumping white man lies. You can say, no, the white man, they changed it. Man, the white man, the one that say they found them right, and y'all ain't got nothing to do with nothing y'all pumping. Come to the realization of that first. Because y'all will skip over a whole bunch of shit to go to lie. Let's start here. Nationality got to do with the place. Places are colonized by people and named. If you don't know what colonized mean, it means people go from here to there and take over territory and name it. Italy, Spain, Portugal, they came to the Americas 1492. The place wasn't called the Americas. There was no Puerto Rico, Cuba, none of that. Upon them coming and establishing their colony here and developing the place, so they named it that. Prior to that, it had another name. Maybe in the time to come, it'll have another name. The point I'm making is, if you're an adult, then you know nationality got to do with the name of the place. And the name of the place was made up by whatever colonizers took over the place. Meaning nationality is fake because it's made up. The same way your mama made up your name. The same way anybody make up any name. Nationality ain't got nothing to do with blood and ain't got nothing to do with eyeball features. That part. Again, you could be a Puerto Rican and look just like me, and another Puerto Rican could look white. Nationality don't got nothing to do with ancestral features or blood. It's just the made up name of a place where people live at. The point, how can you skip over that and then be like, we the real Jews? Man, that's a nationality, and nationality's made up. That part. How are you claiming a nationality when it's a proven fact nationalities is made up? That part. And so again, y'all will reach over truth to huddle under lies. Start here. Lie make you dumb. This is why y'all haven't considered, after the whole world agreed that we the real Jews, then what? Is it written somewhere, if you can prove that you the real Jews, then you gonna get a reward? Again, what's the reward? Nothing. I guess just recognition. Otherwise, you tell me what's the reward for wanting to be the real Jew? That part. Nigga got goalless, pointless endeavors. That's what lie do, make you dumb. Where you have a whole agenda that you haven't even sat down to think, what's the point at the end? just be like, we the real Jews. And there ain't no point. The point is to spark conversation, because that's the times we live in. Fuck if we ain't got no country. Fuck if we ain't got no order. Fuck if we ain't got no resources to trade with other countries, because we ain't got no goddamn country. Fuck if we don't have a shot, because we the real Jews. Because we are the real Pan-Africans. Again, y'all goofy groups are interfering with us being unified. You got to be a whole fucking fool and not see that. The same with the gangs and the religious groups and all the other dumb institutions that was set up just for that reason. Again, y'all get in the gangs, then y'all start shooting each other. Y'all get in the religious groups, then y'all start pretending like the religious people in the group is your family and not your real family. And that's what religion do. Take you away from your real heritage and it puts you in like a cult camp. All you got is strangers around you. And y'all all bonded. What lie is that? That y'all people that love Jesus and God, even though y'all say he gonna die, I'm gonna take a bath in his blood. That's voodoo talk. I'm gonna wash myself in the blood of Jesus, the Lamb. Nigga, that's old voodoo talk. Your religion is old voodoo, nigga. That part. What was they doing in the Bible? What y'all will classify as voodoo today? Abraham was gonna sacrifice his son on the altar before God. I swear in the daytime, you niggas would be like, man, that's voodoo. Who do that? See how I make a nigga dumb down? Y'all will accept anything from God. Meaning y'all put the word God, the 3 letters, before truth. Even though God supposed to measure up to that. That part. Salam, shalom. Try and grasp. Now I want to thank all of you that gave back. Thomas Mann, Sir Jones. Anyone else want to give back? Because you know they're going to be all on me for this. They're going to flag my channel for this. So, try to support. Not just monetarily, but if any of y'all are good at like setting up a charity, we could work together. You run that part, set up a charity. We need to raise money so we can get some land and develop a small city for black people to come and get their goddamn life together. So I got the wisdom. I just need some assistance. So if you good at things like that, or any other thing that can help make that come, intuition, email upscaleknowledge@gmail.com. Because at the end of the day, we gonna have these things happening generation after generation. Niggas talking about be a Hebrew, be a Pan-African, generation after generation, targeting the fucking kids. The kids the future. Niggas want to target the kids with their bullshit. They make this shit go cycle after cycle. You got a bunch of motherfuckers like, I'm a real Pan-African, I'm a real Jew. But if you ask them, okay, so what's the goal once y'all accomplish everybody becoming aware that y'all are? And the nigga look dumb-faced. That part. Cult brain, stupid out, programmed. You do that to your own. That part. This is what the elders do. Or brainwash their own young and don't even got no point at the end. We gotta get it together. Niggas need to get leadership and all that dumb shit out y'all brain. We can all come together under truth, and that's that. Ain't nobody above nobody. Everybody put their worth on the table, and that's that. And whoever ain't got no fucking worth, you gonna get some. That part. Name my fucking self, cause don't nobody got no right to labeling us. Or fuck can you tell me what I am? And so y'all need to start with y'all families. If you can't be unified with your own family, you don't need to try to be unified outside of that or nothing. This is why you got all the death in these groups and the death in black people. That part. Because y'all skip over unity, truth, and honor. I live on y'all emotions like bozos. That part. And so support is needed. And they will say I'm fearless. I know what these groups are. I'm not concerned. If you young, find yourself first. Before you find a religion in this group to be a part of, you find yourself. Because at some point, you're going to find yourself. And you're going to be locked into a group. Getting extorted and beat up and shit for your worth. Your talents that ain't got nothing to do with the motherfuckers. And so you find you first. That way you can find a pal that's best suited for you. A life longer than when you were a kid. And so many people living out their childhood are the mistakes of their childhood in their adulthood. Now, outside of that, I know a lot of y'all dedicate your lives to these groups and these institutions. And so you take individual offense. And you can. I ain't saying you can't. I'm just ain't gonna, I don't pay you no mind. Shit bigger than the individual. It's bigger than the follower. It's bigger than the nigga that think he important even though he a follower. That part. White people came and brought them books. Told niggas they can't learn how to read, but they need to keep this book. That part don't even make no sense. Can't learn how to read, but keep this book in the cupboard. Listen here, man. Y'all brainwashed on books. Motherfucking book put the fear of the Lord in you niggas. Ask a nigga, who the Lord? I don't know, but I'm scared of that nigga. I ain't going to hell. Fire good, it wash away lie. That part. How you black and you scared of fire in hell? White man problems. If you black, you should be scared of heaven. Is it snow up there? It sound like it's only white people up there. Fuck you scared of hell for? From the description of it, just make your eyes black, huh? Black is beautiful. When they got some pride, when they ain't all desperate. Talking about I'm an African. What's that, nigga? That's the name of a whole bunch of countries. Which one you from? Don't worry about it, Silas. You the devil. That's Christian talk, man. Get your life together. Y'all be all over the place. Looks like a Pan-African Christian Muslim. Then you gotta be a Muslim, Pan-African, a real Jew. I say, look at my people, man. They all over the place. Can somebody please slap somebody like? That's all you need? Y'all just need this. Get it together. Yeah, I feel like that shit will work, y'all. The niggas under the trance of spells in books. Nigga will try to convince you what nationality you is using languages that come from white people. You ask a nigga, man, what's the indigenous language? They don't know. Nobody know. Uncivilized, uncontacted indigenous people, what's their language? That part, nobody know. When colonizers came to the Americas, the north side, man, every tribe had their own language. over 1,000,000 languages with this motherfucker. Every individual tribe had its own language. It wasn't no tribe. We talking about just a family of people. They communicate however they decide. That part. They don't write. They don't leave history. Why? That's spells. That's sorcery. That part. They don't speak word. That's sorcery. Word is the merging of sounds. Chemistry. Got your sounds. I, you know, vowels. Many different expressions of them. Oi. Shit like that. A. You know, there's many expressions of the vowels. That's what those little weird symbols are in ancient Greek. Meaning they have more alphabet letters because they express more sounds than we do. So you have a, all of these being a sounds, but we have one symbol for them all, and you just have to know. You have to just know that cat is pronounced like that and not like Kate in ancient Greek. So it may have had an A and an E merged, and that was a letter for that sound. You know, A. Hopefully y'all grasp. And so, you know, brainwashed under spells. Merging of sounds to create words. Put limits to the brain. Disconnect y'all from nature. You get my point? It's all sounds. Sound is air. Meaning on your levels of air you have sound, smell, and that's the essence of everything. Smell. So this is why like animals can sense fear. It ain't that they can sense fear, they can smell fear, because fear has a vibration or a smell. Same way death got a smell. Life got a smell. Semen got a smell. Vaginal discharge. Everything has its smell, its vibration. Man disconnected from these things. So y'all can't sense or smell if somebody ain't right. Because y'all ain't right. Spellbound. Spell-minded. So, kind of grasp. Let's get to this deep video. I've taken up too much time. Thank you for the give backs. Shalom, shalom. Making sure I haven't missed anything. Sergio said I'm scared of being scared. You should be, man. Fear's a cancer. Ain't nothing worse than a coward. That's somebody possessed by fear. A coward will do anything. Ain't nothing worse than a coward, because a coward is that he'll be everything. So, learn what a coward is. Try not to be one. If you can't help yourself and you are one. Salam, shalom, you're going to hell. Salam, shalom, you're going to hell, and that's that. Now let's get into this video. When does death start? I want to explain when death starts and the great death. But first, let's start with what death is exactly, so everyone can be clear. When you're dealing with death, I suppose most people have a religious perspective that death is either heaven or hell. Hell is just an experience for those being prepped to be dead. Dead is the bottomless deep, unconscious realms, the abyss. You know what y'all visit every night, but by the grace y'all come out of it. And so like I said, hell, the fires. This is just an experience for those being prepped to be dead. The knuckleheads. That's just lie-filled. It's like a final attempt at cleansing them with fire It clean lies off with fire. No, it don't work though. After that is the abyss for them. So hell is just an experience, like I said. Prep one to be dead. Heaven being the same. An experience for one being prepped to be alive. So heaven and hell come before life and death. That's why all the babies, everybody in heaven is a baby. Earth is the next step. Earth the next step down, big baby. And you ain't seen no babies in hell. Only demons. That's to say old people. Everybody in hell rankle. Y'all know the imagery. Everybody rankle with Nolan, hunchback, big baby. It's a cycle. Heaven the beginning, hell the end. Well, the abyss is the end. But that's another thing. And so hell and heaven, like I said, these is just experiences. The prepping of souls before life or death. Death not being heaven, I mean hell. Hell being, just an experience. Now death. Death is a darkness inconceivable to the living. Darkness so black it inhales. An exhale or any form of projection is swallowed up by it. We talking darkness. Black. Basically what y'all unconscious is how it suck y'all in, y'all being alive, but even y'all life force is sucked up by this darkness. It's how powerful it is. Word can't exist, it's swallowed that up. Word is thought manifested. This darkness swallow up thought. Meaning thought can't even exist in this abyss. We speak in the bottomless deep. We speak in the unconscious that y'all visit every night. That unconsciousness being the building up of this great darkness, or what death is. Existence itself is eventually swallowed up in this darkness. We're talking death. And so when y'all go into unconsciousness, y'all have no word, no thought. Y'all don't even remember y'all exist. Now, if you can form your mind to remove your physical vessel, I'm going to get into all of that in a minute. Like that. Darkness so black, one lost in it. Say lost how? Lost they self, even though they exist. If you say, I don't want to believe that, well, you experience it in real life every evening. So, truth is the truth. Accept it or don't. Now, the source of this death, or darkness I just explained, is great unconsciousness. The seed or source of this is a lie. Lie being a breath, a word, airs, space. The lie is the source of the seed of the unconscious. Nighttime, black, dark. These are all the emanations of this word lie manifesting into this great unconscious space. Where the blackness is so thick, it swallow up existence. Then you have life. Life is light, but not light like y'all know it. Light as in seeing, being present and aware. I guess the witness For one witnessing awareness, if y'all could see awareness, it would be light. Y'all are awareness. Y'all see the light or artificial light. But y'all are true light, this being something that is aware and can see. And so, life is light, as in seeing, being present. Light so bright, shade or no form of darkness can exist. Not even blinking like that. That don't even exist in this life. Blinking is the smallest fraction of unconsciousness. And the whole mind go unconscious when y'all blink. But it happens so fast y'all don't catch it. That part. And so life is light, so bright it bleaches. We speak in awareness. And the source of this life or light is truth. Truth being an ideal, a word, a breath, airs, a space. Of course, airs manifest in a substance. And so truth and lie boil you down to substance. One being that black darkness I just spoke of. The other one being light so bright, blinking can't even exist. Y'all follow me? Maybe y'all can press thumb. Maybe some of y'all can give a thumbs up if you haven't already. I'll put up the number 1. So I know y'all following. If not, ask a question. My Cherie said, I lie every day to myself and trip the lights. You are so cute and adorable. Shalom, shalom. Heaven plus hell equals earth. Earth is menses, dirt. Menses substance is soil. Spirits get planted in it. The same way your body get buried in dirt or soil, semen is buried in menses. This is where the exhale is of the body, the earth. Say, how is menses in the exhale earth? Because it's soil. It's the beginnings of soil, precursor to soil. You plant seed in menstrual cycle substance in the manifesto comes. You plant a seed in soil on earth and the manifesto comes. An apple tree, whatever you plant it. You have soil or dirt on every plane of existence. So you have soil on the astral planes, unconsciousness, that blackness, that darkness I was just speaking of. This is soil. The mind of the soul is placed into that. And this is how y'all have awake in unconsciousness. The soul or the awareness of self is awake. The unconsciousness is dirt, soil on the astral plane levels and burying. So it's the same on the substance realms. You have air, liquid, matter. Well, on the liquid or substance planes, seed is planted in its soil. Menses being that soil. So, earth is that. Menses. Highlight the men part. Menses. This is how man is born. When I say man, we speak in woman too. A woman is just a little boy. Please, no women take offense. You have men and little boys. Nothing else. A little boy will become a grown-ass man. It's inevitable. A little girl will grow up to be a boy. Go take your hat and your boy clothes and you put it on your wife and you look her blank bare face. Man have mustache hairs. You look at her young little boy face with that hat on, then grasp. Oh, a woman grows up to be a boy. That's what they evolve to. And a man evolves into a hairy beast. A little boy grows into a grown man. And the girl grows into a boy. You only call that boy a woman because sex. If you remove sex, a woman don't have no beard, no mustache, no masculinity in the face. Have the face of a boy. I know some of y'all like, oh shit, man, that is deep as hell. The mind goes deep. Like, this all truth. Undeniable. Like I said. Put boy clothes on her and the hat. And you tell me what you looking at. Cause she damn sure gonna look like a boy. I wouldn't care if she's 6 feet, 250. She gonna look like a boy. Ain't no masculinity hairs or nothing on the face. That part. Some of y'all women, y'all small. You know, like y'all don't even want to do that test. I'ma definitely look. Y'all should start a test on YouTube and TikTok. All women put on your best boy outfit, like y'all throw Jordans on. Wear y'all pants like how the dudes wear them today. Not so tight. Well, some of these niggas go crazy, but I'm talking about the regular dudes. You know, nice pair of fitted jeans on and a t-shirt. And get you a nice little fitted cap or something. Cover the hair. And I guarantee every woman that does this, you gonna see like, damn, they do look like little boys. Like, and they don't age beyond that. A beard ain't never coming in. They ain't never going beyond that point. So that's why I say, all you have is boys and men, or women are boys. Because boys are gonna become men, so they don't even count. It's a deep thing. Now, I'll say I do have a man type of mind. No, you have a boy's mind. Women are petty like children. They get emotional. They want to nitpick after that. They say I ain't subscribing to Silas Chan because he think he all that. Women like that. They're like kids. They where men get their kid nature. I nitpick the shit out of a nigga. Like a little boy. Women, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't want to argue with y'all about it. It's cute to me because I'm a man, I know. She just want a little attention. Take my little boy outside and play catch. Like, yeah, take her outside and play hide and go get. Like, I say, go hide, baby, I'll find you. You're gonna have sex. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me not give y'all no pointers. Y'all relationship is dry because y'all one with the world. So that's y'all own problem. Like, when you one with nature, love be different. It's real. It's not synthetic love. So that's a deep thing to try to grasp. So I've gotten mean during the years. Here's the pain. Y'all don't filter. Y'all don't have a disposal for y'all pain. Motherfuckers will forget the good times so fast, but remember every bad time in y'all life. And black people like to brag about their hardship. It's like a glory to them. They say, man, I've been from the gutter, big baby. You don't even know it. I'm black. They think the tougher, more beat down their yards like the wholesome reference, man. Nobody care about that shit. Niggas be having a mind like better y'all than me. Like, I'm tough. I'm from the hood. I'm from the gang. Other races in their mind like, oh, I'm better you than me, nigga. Less niggas at that job interview. You sell dope, oh good. Less niggas at the job interview. And so, black people got to get their mind a little together. Now, not getting too far off the topic of the video. Hopefully, y'all still locked in. I was just explaining, Black Death, what life is, consciousness and unconsciousness, separate of how y'all have them now. It's good to be a lady, man. There's nothing more fulfilling for a real man to see a confident woman that knows what that is. A lot of women go into that Destiny's Child mode, independent woman shit, where they go like all the way to the extreme, but I mean true confidence, where they just confident, they neat, and carry themselves in a certain way. You don't see that too much anymore. When I was growing up, you did. Like, women had a certain etiquette. We speaking grown women, they carry themselves in a certain kind of etiquette. You don't see that anymore. The cleanness I'm speaking of, not in just the appearance, but the attitude and the emotional state. Y'all like sloppy now. Y'all wear like house clothes outside. It shows the mental state. You get my point? I know it's just the style. Y'all say, nah, it's the style. Everybody do that. Yeah, but it just show like the energies of the time. Y'all on laundry day spirit. The beat down, defeated spirit. When blacks kill each other, when that happens, so you already know the forces have turned in. It's one thing to be, at a loss. But defeated is when you go internal. You start to attack the self. So this is how black people are as a whole. And just attack one another. Kill each other, argue with one another, oppose each other however they can. They become internal. You get my point? It's one thing to be lost and beat down, but they defeated. Motherfuckers have turned on they self like a virus-eating disease as a race. And so these are the things that gotta be monitored. These are the ideals that gotta be changed and frowned upon. You get it? Anything causing separation, this gotta be frowned upon by those that matter, that got notoriety, that can change the current. You get it? Because it's all peer pressure. Whatever is looked at as cool, so everybody wanna fit in that, even though y'all ain't dumb, but y'all like to fit. So, get real dumb. If they only had a heart. Women need hearts. Men need balls. And this is what's lacking in the times. So if you watching this and you black, you make sure you remember how little I am, how fearless I am, how weak y'all are. Pull in some of that. Now I say shit y'all would never say. Shit y'all can't say. And you know why? Because you a coward. And I'm not. Salam, shalom. Now, all Christians, Muslims, and other religious sects, y'all are going to hellfire. And then the bottomless deep. So hopefully y'all grasp what I said death was in the darkness. Because all Christians, Muslims, and other religious sects, y'all are going there. Y'all religious books are messages to y'all. Explaining why in advance. When y'all in hell, then y'all gonna understand the scriptures. The reason. Y'all read the book now, y'all say, man, What he talking about? It's a message to you that you going to hell. You say, why me? Because you're in the religion. And only a person in the religion is going to pick up the book. And so if you fall into this religion, here's this book. And this book is a message only to those in the religion, because only those in the religion are supposed to read the book, but they don't. And so in the book is a message to all the people that find themselves reading this book because they're a part of a religion. It's explaining to you that you're going to be in hellfire. That's why I say 99% going to hellfire. It's a warning to y'all. The reason why you're going to be in hellfire. Nobody can tell you why when you go. So it has to be told to you ahead of time. The Muslim read the Quran, and it's a great chastising if you've ever read the book. You know, Allah is telling, don't you remember Adam? And don't you remember what happened to the jinn, motherfucker? The book is explaining like it's talking to one in hell, one dead already, reminding them. Have y'all read the Quran? If you have, so you should grasp what I'm saying. It speaks in that manner, like it's a chastising. Speaking to someone who's already fucked up, and now they want to know why. It's a message to y'all ahead of time. Because y'all lie, y'all are gonna lie in the abyss. And the way y'all wait, or the way y'all have y'all belief system set up where there is no date for it to prove itself. There's going to be no date for y'all lying in the abyss. Dateless. That's why. When do your religion got to prove itself? No matter. Cool. When you sitting in the abyss and you say, when I get to get out, ain't no date. Whenever. Why are you worrying about dates? And so y'all will sit there and wait for this thing called truth to come. Destroy you for good. For being a good old lie. If you're a Christian, you believe you're going to take a bath in the blood of Jesus, right? Hold that thought. Remember that. Killing of God, son, got death on the mind. You don't know death when you hear it. You're dumb, right? They're done by letters, right? G-O-D, right? That's why. And so, remember these things. Well, y'all will when the fires touch y'all. Clean a lie off. It's hard for me to lie when you're on fire. Torture man to get the truth out of him. They set him on fire. And say, okay, I'll tell you what you want to know. You think I'm lying? Try it with your kids when they lying. Try it with anyone. Say, go get my butter and my gasoline. Lighter. They said, I'm about to set your ass on fire. They're going to tell you everything they know, truthfully. They say, okay, I'll tell you everything. Just chill. This stuff dripping in gasoline and you like fucking around with the lighter like, I gotta get it. They'll tell you the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and won't leave nothing out. It's a thing with lie and fire, which is light. Lie don't play with that shit. Lie turn into truth instantly before fire. If I put fire to y'all right now, then y'all will be like, yeah, you right. This whole Jesus thing I'm talking about is a lie. That ain't the name of God. Y'all will become geniuses instantly. God don't have a name, you right, Silas. I already knew that. But because y'all can play, Your little garden called Earth. When y'all turn it into concrete, and destroy it and kill all the animals, everything y'all can, even one another. So y'all don't see. Y'all have little groups. Say, I'm a vegan, I'm a meat eater. They think killing's cool. They think eating and devouring things, whether plants or animals, is cool enough to have groups, have arguments over. Killing not being enough. Killing a poor apple, this ain't enough. The apple grew, it was small, it grew. That means it's alive. A little baby is little, then they get big. That means it's alive. Apple was small like a cherry, got big. That means it's alive. Man eat it. You say, no, it ain't alive. It's fruit of the garden. God said I can eat it. They don't care about honor. They put honor on God or they dishonor. That's why the religion work like that. They say, God gonna wash me of my sins. Then man say, oh, I could lie and just say God said it. Then man say, I'm gonna wash myself in the blood of God. This is sick, but it's okay because he said God said it. You see how that works? Like that. To y'all, God could be a liar. Anything. The rules don't have to apply to God. So, the rules are God. That part. God ain't individual. Y'all are. So y'all want individuals to be ruler. But that ain't how existence works. There's ideals, concepts, principles, morals, unphysical things that make for law and rule, order. My, and that's God. It ain't no one thing, but it is. And y'all have to stay within the boundary lines of these orders. Or lose your life force. Die. All man gotta do is keep his balance. But he can't, so then he die while he flip over. Balance is everything. Learn to rebuke y'all religions. Ain't come into the life with y'all. Y'all found it in the world. Don't ever forget that. True God gonna come into life with you. The word gonna be written on the bone, not a page. Or put a magnifying glass to the bone of man and you will see the ancient writings on it. You put a magnifying glass to the brain of man and all them squiggly lines like ancient Semitic writing that's on the clay tablets. So try to grasp. Now, how long do y'all think it takes a soul to come to the realization that they're dead? I'm gonna take a bathroom break. Y'all can give back, subscribe, like, any form of support you lacking on will be greatly appreciated. Antonio Burr said, I pray Jesus will give me life. Jesus is the name of a Puerto Rican. It's pronounced Jesus. Jesus cannot give you life. Sorry you don't know that. Salam, shalom. The abyss, hell. You'll be there, waiting. More than enough time to think. Something y'all don't do now. Souls must mature. Meaning minds must think. Since y'all refuse to do so now, years later. Since y'all refuse to accept truth now, play dumb like y'all don't know what truth is. How we supposed to know you telling us the truth, Silas? I tell you nothing you don't already experience. You don't go down in consciousness every night and lose your whole existence. You get blessed by the real authority of life, not y'all goofy God. That's why this is not written nowhere in y'all stuff. Simple like that so y'all grasp, because y'all gods know nothing. But the powers I deal with, I don't even want to say God, that's a term of dominion, evilness, one thing above others, insecure shit. I'm a jealous God. Who cares? Not shit. That part. I worship the devil. And got the qualities of the devil. Low lifeness. Otherwise, you tell me your God ain't say it was jealous. What do greatness need be jealous of? That part. That means your God ain't. That means your God is inferior to something. So, you have life. Many never find it. I said, I asked my mom's what she said. I asked my mom's about God and Santa Claus as a child. Plus stopped in my school, my hand over my heart, praying to a flag. So I'm sure I don't understand, but most said, Silas, do you take food stamps? I got to eat, right? Salam, shalom. Beat me. Take me to the supermarket. I'm real with it, big baby. Take me to the supermarket. You know, drafts might be coming and shit like that. You all gonna need cash. Take food stamps. Take whatever you got. What you got? What else you got besides that, big baby? I ain't really big on eating. What else you got? You got some pistols. Bullets. I take all kind of things, big baby. I ain't picky. All I require is give back. You kill people. You want to kill somebody for me? You know, I'm always working around the clock, big baby. You gotta bring everything around. Like, some shit for now, some shit for later. Knuckleheads always will be like. You know? Like, you can't get lost on just feasting. This is selfish minded. I'll take food. You got bullets. Guns. Protect family. I'm not a monster. I'm a protector. I'm always thinking about the protection. Because men just think about eating. You gather men together and they just want to have a feast. It's a deep thing. So you have to have like lions, soldiers always present. And keep their eyes open and their mind open. To the foundations of feast and peace, which is chaos and getting the orders in it. Like, try to grasp. deepest book on the planet. I ain't gonna even open it. Now let's continue this video. How long do y'all think it takes a soul to know that it's dead? To answer that question, you need to determine if death starts when the body is buried or when the seed is buried. You know, so y'all say when a person died, their body buried and put into the ground. You view that as the moment of death, or death being somewhere in that time when they die and get put in the ground. But the spirit or the substance of self, this was buried before that even happened. Before the life blossomed out, the spirit was buried in the menses. This is soil on the substance level, meaning semen was ejaculated out. This is spirit, substance. And that seed or spirit was planted or buried in the menses substance, which is soil. You always know soil because when something planted in it, then you get the harvest. You plant a seed in physical dirt, then you get the harvest or the manifestation. You plant semen in the menses and you get the harvest, the manifestation. Before the spirit or the substance was planted or buried in its soil, the mind was buried or the soul in the unconscious. And this is how you get awakened sleep, or conscious and unconscious. This has nothing to do with the physical vessel this comes before it. A soul is bound to its darkness or its unconsciousness. And these two different states of airs, awareness and unawareness, merging, creating substance, spirit. That spirit or seed buried or bound to its soil, that's menses. And then a harvest comes, which is the physical vessel and the physical realms. Then that body dies and it's buried in its soil, the dirt. And it goes backwards, now being aware of all that transpired. All that transpired being death, the mind being buried of the soul. Then the spirit, semen going into bloody hell or a woman's womb being planted into the egg cell of the menses, the soil. And then the harvest comes. Now when the body is buried in the dirt, the spirit realms will manifest. This is dream. Our dream being afterlife, or the spirit realms still being constructed. Y'all experiences in life and y'all emotional state on it is what constructs dream. It's still being constructed because y'all still have emotional problems and y'all still having experiences. This is how y'all dream at night. Emotional state. And so when the body is buried, the spirit realm will manifest. And then the spirit will eventually die and those realms will vanish. And the unconscious realms will manifest. This is the dark black death. And the soul will be aware in that. So y'all are awareness of a soul in a body. The body dies and the soul is now still in the spirit. The spirit is when y'all have dream. That dream being a micro aspect of afterlife. Meaning y'all fall into unconscious sleep and the mind carries over the emotional state, so to say. Because man have emotional problems, he don't think. He let his emotions control his decision. He treat truth and lie like dislike and like a kid, emotional. But the emotional state will eventually vanish, and all will be left is the darkness. Meaning you have the awareness in the physical body. The physical body perishes, the spirit still remains. And so the awareness is in that. And the spirit evaporates or perishes. And all that's left is the unconsciousness. And the awareness is now stuck in that. Now, of course, when y'all go into unconsciousness, y'all go unconscious with the realms. And this is just a grace. Like I said, those unconscious realms or that great death is being made every day of y'all life. A little being added to it. And so after the spirit world and the spirit evaporates and all that's left is the unconscious and the awareness in it, the awareness will be aware of that state of unconscious. Meaning y'all will be aware of that black, voided, never-ending space. You have no body to snatch you out of it, meaning no physical vessel to make you wake up or come out of it. And this is the great death that I was explaining. Blackness so dark, it inhales, it swallows up sound, thought, existence itself. You go to speak and you can feel the word going the opposite way, like you're gonna choke, like that. Darkness so dark you can't see anything. Darkness so dark you start to lose your thoughts. Darkness so dark you start to forget who you are. Say, how can I forget who I am? When you go unconscious at night, you don't even know you exist. You don't know you sleep. You don't know nothing. It ain't till you wake up then you like, oh, I was asleep. But during that unconscious state, you didn't even know nothing. You know, you have kids, existence, anything. All is done. And so we speaking of that. Meaning I know y'all don't think that's for nothing. Y'all experience that every day. You 30 years old, so 365 days times 30. 365 times 30. That's the number or the amount of days that you've been given this lesson. Say, what lesson? There's unconsciousness and there's consciousness. And your ass gonna be left in one or the other because they surely separate. You got to know that. And so that's the only lesson in life. You got darkness and you got light. And not the darkness y'all know, but the darkness y'all somewhat experience in unconsciousness where it suck the existence out of y'all. Like that. And so you got those two things in life. And they with you. You don't need to read about them. You don't need nobody to tell you shit about them. You know them already. Darkness and the light. I already explained to y'all, light is awareness, or true light is to see and be aware. And so you got those two things in life. Y'all flip-flop in between them. Aware, or awake and lit, and then y'all go non-existent. Y'all don't get to see how it feels truly when one loses their consciousness and goes dead. And that's why y'all don't call unconscious sleep death. But imagine when y'all eyes slowly fade out, so y'all will be aware and experience this unconsciousness. To know it. You say, why? Because you have to know it. The question is, when does a soul realize it's dead? Y'all alive now, but y'all know y'all gonna be dead. Meaning y'all have no awareness that y'all dead already. And y'all are aware to know. Like that. Before the body gets buried in the dirt and it's dead, the spirit was buried in the menses. That part. You are a spirit, right? Meaning you do have a substance part of self, right? And before that, the mind or awareness that you are was buried in the dark unconsciousness, the abyss. Only thing big enough to hold a soul. And so you had all these stages of death, the mind being first, the spirit being second, the semen and the spirit or seed being put into the menses. That happened before the physical body was buried in the dirt. Yet man view when he dead as when he put in the dirt. Meaning all that time of man living his life, he dying. He lived a life that's death slowed down 1,000%. Born to die. Again, the spirit was buried in the substance. Whatever harvest from it was death. It will die too. That part. And y'all go through all these cycles of life. The mind being buried, the spirit being buried, eventually the body being buried, never being aware one is dead. You know, when a person dies, they don't even know they dead. They think what happened to them was a dream. You still have dream or afterlife after the body perishes. The body is the connection of physical life. When the body perishes, you still have dream or afterlife. Like I said, the mind gonna carry over, or the emotional state. And you still have unconscious. And so if you got shot in the head right now, you go unconscious, like anybody would. And of course your body gonna be done. But the mind gonna carry over into dream as it always does. That part. In that, y'all gonna think what happened to y'all in physical life was just a dream. That part. If a person die in their sleep, so it's the same. Wake up and dream and say, oh, I died in my sleep. They think what really happened to them in physical life was a dream because they're waking up. And so how long you think it take for a soul to realize, I ain't got no body? Remember, when y'all in dream, y'all don't stop and look in the mirror. Y'all know self already. That part. Y'all don't get dressed and dream. Y'all dressed already to self. How long it take you while you dreaming before you look at yourself? That don't happen. That part. In the afterlife, how long you think it take a soul before it look at itself? Come to terms, oh shit, I died. That's what that was. That part. It take a soul all the way till they end up in the abyss. Trying to scream for help and the words being swallowed up. Trying to breathe and the breath being swallowed up. Trying to remember they exist and that being swallowed up, just like it happened in sleep. But they get to experience it in slow-mo, to grasp. And this is all due to them being a liar. The lie gotta go where it gotta go. Truth gotta go where it go. Just like I said, lie is the seed of that unconsciousness. Night, darkness, these all just being emanations of lie evolving into unconsciousness. And so it's the same with truth. Light, day, these being the emanations or the stages in between truth evolving into awake and consciousness. That part. And these two things ain't got nothing to do with physical vessels. This is why when y'all dreaming and there's existence for y'all not using y'all body. That ain't got nothing to do with it. That's just proof so you know when you die, you don't need a physical vessel to have existence. Otherwise, why you don't need it when you dreaming? Everything y'all experience in physical life is showing y'all what life is in all. Ain't no part of life y'all haven't experienced already. Y'all experience death, just ignorant. Y'all experience afterlife, just ignorant. The hell side and the heaven side. We talking nightmare and dream. Of course, afterlife more real than dream, and heaven and hell more real than nightmare and, good dream. But y'all experienced all things already. And so you got to grasp when y'all in that abyss, that's the last stage. It's then when the soul getting the life sucked out of you. That part. Ain't no body for this soul to wake back up into. Remember, the spirit body is gone. Can't wake up into dream and become aware there. Can't wake up into the physical life because ain't no physical vessel. All there is the unconscious realms for the awareness to be in. And those realms suck. Inhale. Ain't no projection coming out of there. Not sound, light, nothing. Even existence gets sucked away. Meaning your knowing you exist gonna get sucked into that. And that's the end stage for a soul that cannot let go of lie. And y'all lie tied into y'all emotions, y'all fears, these things. When you're dealing with the Far East teachings, you got the many different characters like Kali, Monster, and all these different deities come at the soul upon death. These deities just being emanations of the soul's emotional state. Anger being its own entity. Remember, you're not physical, but you view self as person. Meaning when you in dream, you view self as person. There's no physical body. In that, you're just a word or an ideal, a thought, an awareness. And so anger, the same thing, it's person. It don't have a body, but it don't need one. It works through bodies. And so when the person die, their anger come off them. So they get to see it like it see them. You get it? Meaning y'all anger take shape and form that it is. Everybody angers the same entity. And that's why everybody face get all screwed up and look similar when they get mad. Invoking the same deity. And when a person die, that deity come off them. It attack them like it do in the physical. Y'all anger attack y'all when y'all get angry. Your lips get all dry, y'all get all dried out. Like that. After y'all argue and fight, and y'all have a headache and shit. That part. You hate a motherfucker so much it just disturb your whole day when you see him. It eat away at y'all in the physical. And so you can imagine what it do when it separate from the self and attack self. And so it's the same with y'all envy and y'all guilt and all the things that y'all hide and cover up with the vessel. You know, the fake smile and that. And y'all hide y'all emotions. They come off the self when y'all die. Ain't nothing to hold them. Ain't nothing for them to attack but you. In physical life being as though y'all emotions is hidden, y'all use it to attack others. Y'all anger attack others. Y'all envy and guilt attack others. But when dead, ain't nobody with you there. And so these things attack you as they already do. Now just pass them off. Try to relieve self a little bit. But that ain't the way. You gotta flush the self ever so often. That's why I said after every day, whatever was experienced that wasn't good, at the end of the day, you got to let it go. Otherwise, you won't carry it over into the next day. And once that happens, it's going to stay with the self. Meaning everybody got a time limit to let go. Some fucked up shit happening to you today. You can, when nighttime come, you can settle self down, reflect, and let it go, and leave it with that day. When you wake up in the morning, it's not going to be with you. Or you can hold it and bury it in the soil. Remember I said the unconscious mind is soil. The menstrual cycle substance is soil. And dirt is soil. All these things being soil on their planes of existence. Y'all place your thoughts into the unconscious mind space. And then y'all get the manifesto. Meaning thought is seed to the unconscious mind. Just like semen is seed to the menstrual substance. Just like a physical seed is seed to the soil. And so one has to become aware that they dead so they have life. Y'all ain't nowhere, so this is like y'all going deader and deader. less aware and less aware of the realities around y'all. And so, you have to live a life of good moral, good character. Everybody was a child, but they grow at some point. Maturity is not like puberty where it just happened, but you have to provoke it. So, hopefully these deep messages, help you out to grasp things. Antonio Burr said you must be born again. You're religious. Your mind is religioned out. Get your brain together while you're here. It's not the religious channel. I already explained how our religion people gonna be in the hellfire. And so hopefully you grasp that while you're sitting around blabbering that part. Religion just a reflection of how lost you are in the world. Everybody in the world got a religion. What ain't more worldlier than that? And so I'm going to say it again to all the religious people in the house. The book is a message for you of why you going to be in hellfire. You say, well, I'm going to be in hellfire because you a liar. You think a book is life. You life, but you think the book is. So you could be the book. How about that? That part. So, the book a message to y'all, explaining why y'all gonna be in hellfire. The book is for whoever find themselves in the religion. You're gonna be in hellfire because you in the religion. And that's why the book go with the religion. Whoever get caught up or swept into the religion gonna find the book. And the book is the message to tell them what they doing is wrong. But if they don't grasp, so in hellfire they will remember the scriptures. The scriptures being the reason why they there. And so again, what's more worldlier than religion? Did the book tell you to be in a religion, or did it speak about man being lost in it? Find self. It's a deep thing. Try and grasp. Anyone has questions, ask now, please. Anyone wants to give back, click the description arrow. My links are there. Support is needed. Visit the website. The magazines are there. wiseservant.org. upscaleknowledge.org. If you knew, I'm the honorable wise servant, the humble servant of the life. I always smile, I'm not joking. So, I suppose at some point people will try to slander my honor and things like that. If you follow me, you just make sure people go about things honorable, meaning lie, slander, these things only work on those that have no honor, so they won't question why a person isn't present. That's how lie and slander work. It's spoken outside of the presence of the person, so there's no rebuttal. Then that's the only side. So, move with honor, you won't ever get fooled. Meaning, if you straightforward, any lies or things you hear, you just ask. Then you be clear. So, the honorable wise silence, divine mind, big ego. If you understand ego as I explained it, y'all egos have to be raised. You have to fall into the pinnacles of whatever y'all think confidence is. And y'all being confident ain't got nothing to do with y'all being over or looking down on others. It just got to do with the self. You got to be secure in the self to the pinnacles of it, where nobody can bring you low, influence your mind to look down on yourself or view yourself as short. You get it? Don't measure up. Y'all have statuses y'all live by. Meaning you go to work, you got statuses, this motherfucker's over you. In the society you live in, it's the same thing. You gotta free yourself from that. You get my point? These are the things that push the self low towards the insecurity. This is when y'all go looking for lie. Meaning once you get pushed into the low parts of self, then you lose self. And once you lost, then you get found. But just because something else finds you don't mean you found. It mean you more lost. And these is them groups and things y'all find yourselves in. And it take away all your individuality and make you a puppet programmed robot where you do and talk and say whatever the group do. And you eat and you oblige all these rules and laws that have nothing to do with you as an individual. Why? Because we joined together, I got to tell you what to eat. The fuck do that got to do with anything? Why? Because we joined together for a specific goal. Why do I got to tell you rules? You grown. You don't know what morals is? I'm speaking of y'all groups. You control every aspect of y'all brain like y'all ain't adults. And so again, it's about finding self. Once you lose self, then you be lost. Then you get found. And once you get found, you can for sure grasp you lost for good. Because once somebody else got you and found you, they control you. And so you got all the little kids in gangs. They was lost and got found. And they ain't never gonna find themselves. They gonna be old as fuck still, lost in the gang. Controlled and owned by the gang in the mind to the point where they don't even remember, like, whatever I'm talking and thinking ain't really got nothing to do with me. This got to do with some shit I fell into when I was a kid and I'm still programmed under it. That part, you lose yourself for your whole life. Half them niggas in the gang got talent. One of them niggas could paint. The stupid nigga done got so lost and programmed into the gang in jail and this and that, he completely forgot that. He will pump the gang to you before he remembered to tell you, I could draw really good. That part. Y'all lose yourselves to these groups. And so, if you in the group, I don't care if you the leader, don't lose sight of what I'm saying. Yeah, you got your little pups under you, but you might got a talent, nigga. Them pups gonna kill you. It don't go one way. That part. The little man in the thing think he gotta do what he gotta do because he gonna get killed if he don't. But the group leader gonna get killed too because they gonna all swallow him up. And so it become a dog-eat-dog stupid thing where individuals become one-minded. Lose they self to have the morals and thoughts of a gang that none of them started. The CIA started that shit. That's why gangs fall into blue and red. Like the firemen and the police, the red coats, the blue coats. We talking America shit. That's how you know when something is American made by the government. It's gonna have the colors, red and blue. And so it don't matter if you're Crip, Blood, GD, this thing or that thing, all gangs fall under red or blue, even the Mexican ones. That part. It's a government thing. They unleash that and drugs on the hood. Meaning the ghettos is the place where they test out all their psychological experience and they drugs. So y'all don't have crack there no more. They experience that. They know what that do to the mind of people. And now they on the new drugs and they gonna unleash them into the ghettos. And in that they can analyze what these drugs and things do. This way they can use that to program the masses. This was done with LSD in the 60s. They unleashed LSD into the hoods. And then they see the effect it have on the people's minds. In that, they know how they can use LSD to control soldiers they have. Say, man, that LSD, man, that shit take over their whole mind. We can control them with that shit. Do the same with crack. They analyze y'all for 10, 15 years or so, then go on to the next drug. Meaning you got sorcerers or scientists making drugs and then they need to be tested. So y'all live in a crazy world. Y'all have to grasp. The main thing is find self first. Once you find self, then you have something that can be respected, meaning you. And you can build on that, and you can merge with others on that. Merge with people when y'all have a goal to accomplish. Other than that, y'all are all individuals, just fellowship. Keep the bond tight, not the control over one another tight, the bond. Watch over your brother's keeper. Watch over your brother, be your brother's keeper. Don't mean controlling. I mean keep eye. Black people got to learn honor again. It's a deep thing. Now, like I said, can I get some thumbs up? I'm about to depart. Hopefully you all grasp. Big Usia here. Salam, shalom.